see here, please.
That seems to sum up the RBA, in my opinion. Now, if you ask me, we need a hawkish shift from the RBA. Yes, today is Tuesday, 31 of January 2023, and the RBA will meet today to decide on their 9th interest rate rise, which I'm pretty sure will definitely happen. The question is, will it just be another 25 basis points, or will they actually go the 50 basis points, which is a bit of an outside call? 50 basis points, you say? Surely the RBA won't do that. Well, I'll tell you what, I think they're really behind the curve on how they've been managing inflation. Last Wednesday, the CPI data came out and it recorded an annual inflation rate of 7.8%. Now, the last time we had inflation in Australia at that rate was basically back in March 1990. And back then, interest rates were a hell of a lot higher than what they currently are today. In fact, interest rates around March 1990 were around 17%. Today, we're at 3.1. And yes, the RBA will increase rates today by at least 0.25% or 25 basis points. That only takes us to 3.35%. I think the RBA made a big tactical error back in October when they reduced the pace of rate hikes from 50 points down to 25. In my opinion, had they stayed at a 50 hike pace back in October and November, that would have put our rates today at 3.6. And that could have had an influence on the inflation numbers that we had recorded for December. Easy to say with the benefit of hindsight, but I think you can clearly see from these charts we have inflation that is literally out of control. There's nothing here on the chart that tells me that it's going to turn around anytime soon, and yet the RBA is playing as dead at the wheel. So when the penny actually drops that they're going to have to keep on hiking and hiking for longer, I don't know, but the markets seem to think we've seen the end of it and we're pretty much coming up to a pause and then the inevitable pivot. So it's a big thing for the RBA to, get this thing right. Why they've got it wrong, in my opinion, to date is just quite mind-boggling. And you can again see from these particular charts, where the CPI has been in the past and where the current cash rate is right now. And there's a lot of catch-up to do. So we'll need to just wait and see in a few hours' time what the RBA actually does. But in my opinion, as I started the particular video off, it's like nothing to see here. Just keep moving on. But inflation is very real. And if we don't get it down and we don't tackle it now, it becomes embedded in the economy. And what I mean by that is public service unions then start demanding much higher pay rises. And then that feeds into it and feeds in it. And you get to a vicious spiral. Like anything, you need to come out, crack down hard and get it done. It would have been far easier for the RBA to really hike up rates, really put a stranglehold on inflation. And then once they knew that and the data showed that, they could start to ease. But no, they're going to allow inflation, which I think is, on their part, a really bad move. And we'll be paying for this tactical mistake for years to come. Anyway, let's see what they come up with and say. In the meantime, take it easy, and until the next video. See you later.